Everybody, welcome, welcome! We're back with the buttons to go do the holiday so we can avoid main story a little longer. Yeah.
We're not procrastinating, we're doing side story.
Yeah. Hello, Dargo!
Hi.
Hopefully today has been good. Wandering Minstrel, has it been a good day for you too?
Hi, Drago. Seems to be all we have at the moment, at least announced. Who is? An adventurous ambition. The Wandering Minstrel is in search of inspiration. Well now, if it isn't my adventure friends Ladonia and Rena, it could only be a blessing from the Navigator that we should meet again here and now. You see, I have been struggling to find inspiration for a new song to perform this rising. I have a mind to speak with the locals for their tales, for which I could use your able assistance. Might you be willing to accompany me?
Are you giving me a choice? I don't think so.
I'm truly grateful. During the rising, we remember those we lost in the calamity, even as we turn our attention to a brighter future. It is my hope to hear a tale that inspires one and all to look forward. Now then, there is no better place for talk in Limsa Lumenza than the Drowning Wench. Let us first seek out the barkeep, Baderan, and see if he has aught of interest to share. Straight to city, he's efficient.
Hello, Doodles.
Hey, Doodles.
Oh, come on. What's the harm?
What's the harm? You'll get yourself killed, that's the harm. I ain't letting one so young sign up. Why do you wants to become an adventurer so badly anyway, Cha?
There's this place I need to go. The problem is the Yellow Jackets won't let a child leave the city alone. But if I was an adventurer, I'd be responsible for myself. I could go wherever I please, whenever I please. So please, let me sign up.
It ain't that simple, lass. I've got a responsibility to those I sign up. If I let someone what's clearly unprepared head out there and they end up hurt or worse, I wouldn't be able to live it down. And don't even get me started on the damage it'd cause the guild's reputation. So you can forget about signing up until you're older. Much older.
But it has to be now, during the rising. Why do you have to be so responsible?
How can you turn down that face? It comes with age, lass. Now run along and get yourself home. Oh, I don't trust that look. Is everything well? Sorry you had to see that. The little cub's bent on becoming an adventurer, and I said no and sent her on her way.
Still, I can't help but worry. She doesn't strike me as the sort to give up easily.
True that. Wouldn't surprise me a whit if she tried to sneak out anyway. I hate to impose, but do you reckon you can keep an eye on her, Cha? I do it myself, but I can't up and leave the tavern. The timing of the raising seemed to be Let me try that again. The timing of the rising seemed to be of the essence to the little one. Intriguing, would you not agree? Let us ask her about that. If we can find her before she smuggles herself out of the city.
Yeah, well.
I'm in your debt. Now, the nearest city exit's the Tempest Gate, over by the Aft Castle. I suggest you begin by talking to Clindrail, the sentry yonder.
To answer your question, FK, this is
Yes.
a holiday event that commemorates the relaunch of FF14 from 1.0 to 2.0.
After 1.0 failed.
Yeah. And is a holiday that you can participate in starting at level 15 at the base game.
Yeah. If you have the base game and you've gotten, at least one class up to 15, you can do this. Some of the reason I think for the 15 limit isn't that the level at which they do the tour of the 3 city-states?
Yeah, that's when you open up the airship between the 3 city-states so that you can get
and since this happens in Limsa, if you start in Gridania or Ul'dah, you have to go through the 15 quests to be able to get here.
Correct.
The Yellow Jackets keep constant watch at every city gate. If Urcha has come through, they will have surely seen her.
The lowlands of La Nosea await you on the other side of the Tempest Gate.
Welcome to Corneria.
I heard that. At Baderon's behest, you say? As it happens, a girl of that description did come through just a moment ago. She was on the heels of a Makode peddler, so at a glance one might think them parent and child, but the way she kept stealing glances behind her made me suspicious. So I alerted my comrade Ayoyo outside, and I expect she's stopped the little one for questioning. If you're worried, you should seek her out.
Our thanks for the information. We shall find your comrade at once. Yeah, FK, this starts in Limsa. Usually, at least in the past, this particular holiday started in Ul'dah. They shifted it like a year or two ago to Limsa. I'm not entirely sure why.
I think it varies depending on the quests they decide to do.
Possibly. But, the central... the central Aetherite Plaza... no, it's not the Aetherite Plaza.
No.
It's the upper decks.
We're in the upper decks just outside of the Drowning Wench, which is the local inn. And
basically down at the Aft Castle is where the Wandering Minstrel is waiting. And that's the start of this, in case you missed seeing that part. And you kind of need to hurry. We think this one only goes for like a week, and it started back on Tuesday.
Yeah, this one usually goes pretty short. Ah, there we are.
Someone did not get far.
Articha, what are you doing? Damn it, they saw straight through my disguise. Need to work on that, little one.
'Tis well the Yellow Jackets noticed her ere she had gotten far.
Hey, Yo-Yo, good to see you again. Well now, if it ain't the good minstrel and our kindly helpers. Pleasure to see you two again. What brings you out here today?
We suspected someone of smuggling a small Makode, namely themselves, out of the city.
So Badron sent ye after the little one. I was just about to ask her where she was up to. Artichow, was it, dearie? Even without others telling ye ought to know it's dangerous out here. What is that ye wanted to do so badly ye'd risk your life for this? There's something I need to see. Doesn't matter if it's dangerous. I have to go.
We understand that you have your reasons, Sir Cha. Even so, we cannot in good conscience allow you to wander the wilds alone. So here, I would make a proposal. Rather than becoming an adventurer, why not employ the services of one? With a dependable adventurer at your side, you would be able to reach your destination safely. This, I believe, is your best option.
But I don't have any money. And why would an adventurer want to help a child anyway?
Why, our friends here, of course.
Yeah, well, if you're happy with this humble vagrant.
Failed rock stars.
Let's be honest, we don't care about the money.
I just want my bottle cap collection. I shall be glad to provide suitable recompense in her Cha's stead. While a part of me hopes that this will lead to inspiration for a song, above all, I feel compelled to lend a helping hand.
You'd really help me? Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad it worked out for ye, but as a client, there's something ye need to bear in mind. That is, ye's got to give the adventurers your trust. Be honest with what exactly it is you need, and she'll be able to help ye all the better. The place I want to go to is the lighthouse here in Lower La Nosea. It's named for one of the 12. I heard a rumor from a kid in town, you see. He told me that ghosts appear during the rising. There's supposedly a lighthouse keeper who died in the calamity, and they spirit children away to the realm of the dead. But that's got to be nonsense, and I want to prove it. Oh, the 2 lighthouses in the area. Oscon's torch is the only one as civilians can still get to. Don't recall and hear nothing about ghosts, though. I can't help but be curious, so I'll come along. Having a yellow jacket with you ought to make things easier, I reckon. The outside of a skirmish, anyways. Being a cannoneer, I'm more of a blasting things from a distance. If we run into angry fiends on the road, they're all yours.
That's what this axe is for.
Glad we could help, FK. Just for
Yes.
the record, all of the holiday events,
Holidays.
they generally keep it so that anyone who has the base AR game, even if they're a free player, can always take part in them.
Yeah. And if you know there's a holiday going on and you're not sure where it is, just visit the 3 main cities and look for unfamiliar quests. In Limsa Lominsa, they'll always start in that one plaza we were at. Gridania, they're generally going to start at Miketo's Amphitheater in Old Gridania. And Old Daw, they generally start out near the quicksand. Is that the name of the?
Yes.
Yeah,
And
near the
also,
quicksand.
if you go to one of the three cities and you go to one of those three areas and it's not happening there, there will be a crier telling you where it will be happening.
Generally, yeah, and there certainly is this year.
Mm-hmm.
Ask us how we know.
Generally, the cutoff level to start the quest is 15. There are a couple that extend to 30 because they go into deeper reaches, like out in Costa del Sol. I think there's only one level 60. Or no,
60.
Sorry, it's 50. And that event
Yeah.
has not happened in quite some time.
Let me guess. Goes to Ishgard?
No. It was one of the crossover events with 15.
Ah. Okay.
And that required a certain level of combat expertise.
Yeah. They do, if I remember, that's not the only one. They do tend to do that occasionally with the crossover events. The actual holidays are always going to be 15 or 30.
Yeah. And one of the easiest ways to tell is when you come across a holiday event, if you hover over the icon in the mini-map, it will actually tell you what the minimum eye level, or the minimum level you need to be at is for it.
Yeah.
They generally do it at 15 because they want as many people as possible to take part in the event itself.
Mm-hmm. And the only reason is 15 is, like I said, that's when you get, or the levels that the quest to send you to the three cities is. And if you can't get to the three cities, then, 2/3 of the holidays you couldn't do physically. So That's the cutoff. Okay.
As I said, I'd never heard anything about ghosts appearing at the lighthouse. Wonder why Articha's so interested in them.
If young Racha is heading to Ashkan's torch, then someone should report as much to Badaram.
No worries,
Glad you volunteered
FK.
for that. Yeah.
When in doubt,
Part of the reason for this for these Sunday things is for us to give information like that out and lore and so on. It's what we're here for.
if you have any other questions, feel free to ask. We might take a while to get to it while we're in the middle of deep in cutscene, but as soon as we're out, we'll definitely answer it.
Yes.
We've been playing this game a long time. Feel free to pick our ears.
We have big ones.
And just so you know, you can always tell the holiday is going on by going to one of the three main cities, either the amphitheater in Old Gridania, the Af Castle in Limsa, or the Ruby Bazaar, which is just outside of the Quicksand in Ul'dah. And they will always have it holiday decorated with the holiday special music, and there will always be a crier out there that you can talk to that will tell you where the quest actually starts.
Yeah, that's a good point. Even if you don't notice the decorations, when you go through the area, you'll hear the music change. That tells you there's a holiday.
They do try to get the word out ahead of time through social media, and when you log in, there'll be part of the login message.
Yes.
But those are some in-game clues of, okay, something special's happening. Most holidays last for about 2 weeks. I think Rising is the...
or 3.
Once in a blue moon, they'll do 3. Like Christmas, they'll do 3 because they want to make sure people can go on holiday, come back, and still be able to do the event. But Rising is one of the few ones that only lasts for about a week. So you kind of have to be on top of it.
Yeah, on the other hand, it also happens immediately after the midsummer
Yeah, the Midsummer
not a
Fire
holiday.
Festival.
Yeah.
The
So
Moonfire
you
Fair.
basically have 3 weeks of holiday in a row. It's just 2 different holidays in those 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Our teacher.
Yep.
So, what are your names, adventurers? I'm Rena. That's Ladonia. Rena Frith and Ladonia Frith. I'll remember those. Thank you so much for helping me. We'll go to Oshgun's torch, and we'll see if the rumor about the ghosts is true.
And of course, they have the extra symbol on the side for when you're actually doing the quest.
Yeah. Those are actually a recent addition. They didn't used to have those, but it's nice because it basically gives you a quick identifier that this is a holiday, and also if it's a crossover.
Yeah. All the crossover events will have a symbol for the game they're crossing over with. A light that ever burns.
I will.
Cha is champing at the.
I will state there is
I'm also
one
at the bit.
crossover event that isn't at a low AAR level, and that's because it's permanently in the game. It's not this special holiday stuff, and that's the Monster Hunter.
The buns haven't even gotten to it yet.
Yeah, the Monster Hunter event for Stormblood, and there is a new one coming for Endwalker in October.
Yeah.
We're both excited, looking forward, and dreading it, because, oh god, the last one.
Yeah, it's kind of easy now, after we've learned the dance, but boy.
The tears.
There's a reason why I call them Stunlockalos.
The tears are mighty.
Her Cha is champing at the bit to set forth.
Are you ready to go, Rena? Ladonia?
As much as I would like to accompany you, someone should return to the Drowning Wench to apprise Badarin of these developments. Besides, to hear your accounts afterwards, what you learned and felt, will also bring unique inspiration. I wish you an enjoyable and insightful excursion. Yeah, he's not one for getting new life events on his own.
All right, to begin with, how about we add these to Madman Bridge? It'll give Articha a chance to see the sights. The path can be steep in places, so take care you don't take a tumble now. I'll be fine, don't worry. Let the adventure begin!
And it's actually not that far.
Nope. Endwalker is currently not part of the free-to-play package. But trust me, it takes a bit to get there.
Yeah, the free-to-play stuff is the original game, which is big, and the first 2 expansions, which are both big. I mean, the Buns have been doing this how many years, and we are not to the end of the 2nd expansion. In fact, we're still in the beginning parts of it.
We're about ready to hit the middle.
A week and a half a week, but we haven't even seen the 2nd dungeon yet.
And here it is, Madman Bridge. If ye head north, you'll get to the Red Rooster Stead, but our donation takes us south. Its a vital route for trade is the bridge, but it prowls with bandits and fiends beyond. That's why it was given its name, as a warning to younglings. Look, a river, and there's some sort of strange animal. Yes, river toads.
Yeah.
We sometimes see children out this way with their folks, but I take it you've never been? Actually, I have. It was a long time ago, though, before my parents died in the calamity. It's all right. I like it at the orphanage. Everyone's real nice, and I have lots of fun. That'd be Lemain's Shoals, I take it. It's an orphanage run by a former sanguine siren, in case you wasn't aware. A fine place by all accounts. If that's where Articha's from, I'll have one of my comrades contact her caretakers. Want to let them think she's missing. Alright. Next we'll make for Oshkon's Embrace. Up this ear ill. Take it slow so you don't wear yourself out.
Don't worry, she's at the age where she still has infinite energy.
Yeah, I will say this, FK. Don't be afraid to take breaks.
Yeah.
If you're new and going through things, it is quite the haul to get through all the expansions. It is totally worth it. But I know a lot of people who get to the end of Heavensward and are like, I need to go play something else now. And you can always
After
come
Heavensward,
back.
yeah.
But I will tell you, story-wise, AR is okay. Heavensward is awesome. Stormblood is okay.
Yeah.
And then you hit the end of Stormblood Plus, it grabs you by the nose, and next thing you know, you've gone through both Shadowbringers and Endwalker and are left reeling.
Shadowbringers is where the game really grabbed me and has not let go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like these kinds of games and I go through them and I'm happy with that, but, you know, I have lots of other interests and they tend to crowd these out, but, oh boy.
Yeah.
Dawn
Trail's story,
oh boy.
which starts... Endwalker's interesting because it actually creates an end to the last 4 plus expansions.
Yeah.
And Dawn Trail is the start of a completely new story arc. And unfortunately...
So it's basically volume 2.
It's a very slow start. And that kind of grumped a lot of people because they wanted something as mighty and as epic as Shadowbringers. And it was more on Stormblood's level.
Yeah. Yeah. And as I've said in a few places, and before I go on to it, hi, Orca. You know, I purposefully went in with modest expectations. I knew Dawn Trail was not going to be as good as Endwalker. It was just impossible. It was the conclusion of a story that took them a decade to build and tell, and Dawn Trail's the beginning of a new story. It's not going to rise to the same heights. Hopefully, they will get there in the future, but not at the beginning. It does suffer a little bit because the story kind of stutters at the midway point and does a fairly abrupt shift. That said, I'm still happy with it. I'm happier with it than I was with Stormblood.
And to be honest, having played other MMOs for many years, story-wise, we're still eating good.
Yeah. Oh,
it may not be a Michelin star dining cuisine story-wise, but it's still a solidly made story.
You can leave the AC.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll leave it on.
Okay. Hey, Yo-Yo?
Yeah.
Me fellow Yellow Jackets patrol these parts. Lest you worry, they know I ain't on some pleasure jaunt. Whoa, we're so high up. This is amazing.
Yeah, it's fairly high over the water there.
I feel the same way when I was looking at it for the first time. This bridge was built where a tidal wave sundered the land during the calamity. It's a symbol of our people's determination to rise above the tragedy. Miss Doranthia, that's the headmistress, said that we Lamenzans work hard because we hate to lose and like what we do. What about you, Rena, Ladonia? Do you two like being adventurers? Actually, we want to be rock stars, but they won't let us.
Our rock star career failed, so yeah, we're adventurers instead.
Depends on the work. Really? I guess it's not so simple. My parents were liked what they did, I think. When the calamity struck, they didn't run away. They were noble souls, Miss Durantha said. She promised to tell me everything one day, but I don't know how I feel when they're gone, and, I can't find the words. I want to be a good client, though, so I'll think on it.
It's fine. You don't need to have words for that one.
Seems Articha's got something she needs to get off her chest. And wanting to verify the rumors, maybe she... but there's no use speculating. Come on, let's press on. Hello, Doodles.
Yeah, we have an infinite energy machine to keep up with.
The lighthouse. Yep, it's right past this chocobo's butt. Yeah, right there. That there's Akon's torch. One of O2 lighthouses were named for the gods. The lighthouse keeper's a bloke named Rostjev. You can ask him about the ghosts and anything else you'd like. Lighthouse keeper. So, about that reason why I wanted to know more about the ghosts. My father and mother were lighthouse keepers, you see, but they disappeared during the calamity and were never found. When I heard the rumor, I thought that maybe, just maybe, they were the ones haunting the lighthouse. So that's why you wanted to prove the rumors wrong. You can't stand people thinking that your parents were doing something terrible. But part of me wishes the rumors was true. Then I'd be able to talk with my parents again. There's so many things I would like to ask them. Well, whatever the truth is, we'll find out soon. Let's keep going.
Well, he's a big one. But he is not part of our fate.
He is not part of our fate. He is so skinny, though. Need a little meat on those bones.
You realize how much something that big has to eat?
No.
Especially as a carnivore.
Do I have to?
Not really. I certainly don't want him demonstrating on us. He does not need Hassenpfeffer in his diet.
Yeah, ain't that a formation?
Oh, yeah.
I can understand the desire to see those who've gone, to say words that ye couldn't in life. It's a feeling everyone knows at some point. Whoa, the sea's frozen in a splash. Amazing! This area was hard hit by the calamity. On top of the tidal wave washing away On
You're
top of the
excused.
tidal wave washing away big swaths of land, a piece of Dalamud came crashing down yonder. They say it caused aether to gush out of the land and crystallize all at once. At the time, I was with Miss Durantha. She was my mother's friend, and she took me to a safe place. I was very little then. I didn't fully understand what was happening, but the calamity was a really frightening thing. I can't imagine how it was for father and mother. Quick question, FK, if you're still there. How much of the history do you know about this game? And what we're talking about when we talk about the calamity? Yeah, one of the things that this is celebrating is, of course, the calamity. The break that happened between 1.0 and 2.0. 1.0 was kind of a disaster.
Yeah, think of some of the more recent, like, Ubisoft's bad release disasters, and that was 1.0 of Final Fantasy XIV.
Yeah. While they got 1.0 kind of beaten up into an actually okay game over the course of its live service, behind the scenes, they actually rebuilt the game on a completely different engine. And with a different philosophy behind it, and that became 2.0. There is an excellent documentary series. It's a 4-part series by No Clip, talking about the entire situation, and it is just fabulous. Yeah, one of the things that they kind of made as part of the lore between 1.0 and 2.0 is the calamity happened, destroyed a whole bunch of things. The world literally came back from the ashes of that calamity. And part of the side effect of the land being reborn and all this aether flowing in great big tidal waves over the land is mass amnesia.
Yeah.
And what caused the calamity was the Garleans got this really bright idea. It's explored later in the story beyond 2.0, so if you keep going, you'll get more interesting facts about things that have happened. As they...
Though, just to point out also, if you've seen the big cinematic for the start of the game with the big battle, which you find out is at Cartano, and the small moon coming apart and the big giant dragon in it and all the rain of fire and everything, that's the calamity right there. That's it happening.
Yeah, the big thing about it is the Garleans got the bright idea to pull the lesser moon Dalamud down onto the battle plains of Cartano And the lesser moon of Dalamud ended up being a prism for a primal called Bahamut. And Bahamut went, woohoo, I'm going to have a field day because I hate everyone! So everyone gets the huge double finger!
Yeah. Also, shoot, what was it? There was something.
Yeah, if you
I
get a
lost it.
chance,
Oh, well.
this is the start of that No Clip series that I was talking about. I really highly recommend all 4 parts. It'll give you a really good idea of everything that was happening on the development side and why they did what they did.
Yeah, that also reminds me of what I was thinking of. Is they did do this on the 1.0 side. They basically brought the world to an end for the people who were loyally playing that sadly flawed game. And Dalamud is considered a lesser moon. It's not that big. Some of the players, as they started things up without telling anyone, started noticing that there was this one star in the sky that was getting brighter and more prominent, and that was Dalamud starting to come down. It started as just an ordinary looking though red star, and then it started getting bigger, and then events started happening, in-game events.
Yeah, I'm glad they brought it to Xbox too. I think it's a little torturous how they did it.
I wanted to
but
for years.
I'm glad it's there. Well, FF11 was originally on Xbox as well. Before they took the console servers down. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I saw that Pokeball! Stop that.
Yeah.
The current rumor is they might actually be
It
setting
seems to
up...
have stopped. It did not last long.
Yeah. The current rumor is they might actually be looking at porting it for Switch 2. We shall see. Ain't that right, Yo-Yo? Rochnez has been here since the Calamity.
Are you finally done talking and going to deal with us again?
Yeah, sorry. It's lonely work, and he's always glad to have guests. Even if there aren't any ghosts, Hey, sir!
Well, now, if it ain't guests, what brings you to the torch? Ghosts during the rising. For all me years as a keeper, I've not seen nor heard about such things at any lighthouse I know. It's certainly the sort of place as children might believe haunted, though. Might be as someone mistook me or some laundry for a specter.
So, father and mother weren't ghosts after all.
But I must say, it's a surprise to see Urato's little girl here. Your parents showed me the ropes when I was starting out as a keeper. And now he has her full attention. They had charge of Limleyan's ring yonder. Nowadays, it's on a little isle, but there used to be a stretch of land connecting it. Dangerous stretch it was, rife with nasty beasts. You needed to hire adventurers and grizzled ones at that just to deliver supplies.
If you knew my parents, please tell me more about them. They left me in Limsa Lomenza during the Calamity and died in that tidal wave. Why did they go out there even though it was so dangerous? What was going through their minds? I want to know.
I was stationed elsewhere at the time, so I only read this in a report. But your folks did everything they could to protect Limleyan's ring. They built a breakwater using anything and everything they had on hand. But in the end, there's no stopping such a monstrous wave. Countless souls went missing when it struck, and the Maelstrom mounted search and rescue operations. I joined in the effort, but I'm afraid they were never found. Know, though, that your folks didn't die in vain. By manning their lighthouse to the very end that day, they guided many vessels safely to shore and saved many lives.
I see. You really were noble souls, like Myth Dorantia said. But if I could choose, I wish that they were still here.
This is just a thought, but how'd you like to stay the night and hear more about your folks? It'd only be the mundane, everyday things, but what I know, I'd be glad to share with you.
I'd like that. I'd like that very much. Big stretch.
Mhm.
Good morning, Rena. Good morning, Ladonia. I got up early to look at the lighthouse, where Father and Mother used to be. For the longest time, I felt as though they'd abandoned me. I wanted to see them one more time so I could ask them why they had to go, and to tell them that I missed them. Are you disappointed they weren't any ghosts? Maybe a little. Still, I'm glad I could learn about my parents. It made me realize that I want to become someone who helps others. Like them and like you. So thank you for bringing me here. Well, it ended up being a longer jaunt than I expected. I'm glad we did it. Thank you so much for coming with me. All three of you. You're very welcome, dearie. You can always come to me if you need anything. Just no more trying to sneak out, you hear? Well, I better get back to the orphanage. Hopefully Mr. Anthea won't be too mad at me. And I'll be waiting to report to the Minstrel, I expect. In that case, a comrade of mine tells me he's at the anchor yard. I'll see to it that Tasha gets home safely. Be sure to catch the special fireworks afterwards, eh? Be seeing you, Rena. Be seeing you, Ladonia.
Speaking of fireworks,
Give me a second. I have a straw underfoot that's being very annoying.
uh-oh.
Okay. Off to the anchor yard. Yeah, the world book for this is very tight.
Yeah. I need to go through volume 1.
I mean, every now and then they'll retcon something, but is extremely rare. There's the big fireworks.
There they go.
Though you don't have the big ships offshore.
They'll be here soon enough.
But man, that lighthouse is really bright.
Yeah. I'm not sure that counts as a lighthouse.
No, I think it is actually a lighthouse.
Gets used as one, but it's not, you know, because it's all glowing crystal.
Yeah, but it's got a special part up top that's very much lit up special.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true.
I mean, it's no Pharaoh Sirius.
No. Thank goodness.
When are they ever going to get that thing fixed?
I don't know.
Can't see it from here.
Whenever
so-
they can stop new things from moving into the basement or the top every, year or two.
We started working on Pharaoh Sirius again, and then the Gobby is attacked!
I know.
First it was the kobolds, then it was the Gobbies, then it was a siren. That place just can't get a break. Then in 1.0 it was a Leviathan. Sorry, we're just chilling with fireworks. It should be
Apparently.
ending soon. You can tell when it ends. Oh man, can you tell when it ends?
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Nice big scene without the interface. Yeah, the fireworks start with the Moonfire Fair and extend into the Rising, which is always a nice touch. And you can see them from each of the major cities. I think it goes off at the top of the hour Eorzean time.
Maybe. Doesn't sound right. I think it's every couple of hours or something.
And I will say the fireworks have definitely gotten an upgrade with the new engine for graphics.
Yes.
Come on, show us your finisher. on, you can do it. Ooh, comet. Ah, here we go.
Yeah, this is it.
That finisher gets me every time.
Yeah, FK, oh, hi, cat dude. Yeah, FK, I bet E11 could use a graphics overhaul. It is still on a PlayStation 2 capable engine.
Actually, they have a huge problem because of that for FF11.
Yeah.
Because they don't have enough FF2 development kits to update the
Because they keep wearing
gameplay.
out.
They'd actually put out a public call of, if you have one of these PlayStation 2 development kits, could you maybe talk to us and maybe send it our direction?
We really need them. And we keep hoping that they will get to doing an all-new engine for it, or basically move it over to the FF14/16 engine. What's the name of it again?
I believe it's Luminous. I could be wrong.
That sounds right. Okay. Welcome back, my friends. Was young Richa able to find that which you sought? In a manner of speaking. So her true purpose was to see if the ghosts were her parents who were taken by the calamity. A tale is born when someone acts in the name of another. As there are so many tales out there, it is impossible for us to know every single one. Yet a tale may occasionally find its way to those who need it most, such as that of the lighthouse keepers, whose courage and sacrifice have come to guide their child years after their passing. Thank you, Rena, Ladonia, not only for granting your child's wish, but providing me with inspiration as well. While we wait for the special fireworks to begin, might you tell me more of your excursion?
Oh yeah, we went across a couple of bridges, and they were pretty tall, and we got to talk to the lighthouse keeper, and we finally learned the name of the little lighthouse way out on the island off the coast.
Yeah, I want to check the maps after we're done here. Yes, it comes to me, a verse for all who strive onwards, this day and every day. This happens every year.
Cloud moment. Hello, little doggy.
Greetings, warriors of light. This is a world that exists outside your reality. Could it be a dream? A flight of fancy conjured by your wary mind? Perhaps. Or perhaps not. 'Tis a pleasure to meet you again. As I have in the past, I have beckoned you here that I might express my gratitude. For long years, we have walked together with you on this grand adventure. It is a never-ending journey, one that shall continue tomorrow as surely as it does today. The most natural of things. Along the way, I have endeavored to keep my gaze firmly fixed upon the future. Of late, however, I have been keenly reminded that we must occasionally look back upon the path we walked, that we might remember the lessons learned. In the course of our adventures, it seems that I too have grown. To learn from successes and failures both, and forge ahead with humility and sincerity. This is what I had resolved to do at Journey's beginning, and I resolved to do so anew. Nothing would please us more than to continue having you at our side on the road ahead. And I pray that, upon this journey of life that we have the honor to share, the light of the crystal shall ever shine. Now, the time has come for this vision to end. Time for your eyes to open from this waking dream. This world shall yet endure, and as we continue to make our way, I pray that we shall have occasion to meet again. Till that day, I wish you the happiest of journeys. Fare you well. The best of self-inserts. Because, yeah, that's basically a message from Naoki Yoshida, or Yoshi P, who's the creative director of FF14. Most happenings in our lives have no bearing on the fate of the world. More often than not, they go unobserved and unremarked. But you, my friends, gather up such forgotten tales and see them delivered. In doing so, you bring joy, and as a token of my gratitude, I dedicate to you this song, the song of journeys fulfilling. In gleaming gold the sun does rise, the boundless sky it calls, and silver pale the path of men, a white and endless pall. So far away the guiding light that you do now espy, but flames of life their warmth impart, comfort and inspire. Take heart, my friend, for here we stand, and so we shall remain. Your destination reach you shall, by memories refrain. I have no doubt that you, Urcha, and a yo-yo shall give rise to a great many more tales. Your tales, in particular, may be more varied than those of others. There may be times when you face great hardships, and the weight is more than you can bear. In such a time, I bid you remember this. No matter how great your burdens, the tales that you have gathered shall ever be your strength, a beacon to light your way in the darkness. Delightful dozen.
And now we're sucked in.
Yeah. So which one of us gets to have the spoiler following them around?
I think you do, because I got Gigi after you got Alex.
Yeah.
Night, Alex.
Once I find the replacement. Designed in the likeness of Galul Jaja, this mammoth was created to commemorate the 70th anniversary of his ascension as Dawn Servant. It would seem that those Mamul Jah who journeyed to Eorzea brought these units with them with the intent of impressing upon the locals the glory of their kind.
hover over. Galul Jajas, the mightiest of the blessed, arise! Zariel Jah.
Yes. Okay.
I'm not sure who he'd interact with, but there are many minions that if you know the story behind them and you place certain minions next to each other, they'll have their own little interactions. It's adorable.
And of course, if you get Moogle minions near each other, they'll start dancing together. The Rising is an occasion to remember the past while looking towards the future. Many take to the road in solemn reflection, and should you have the time to spare, mayhap you would like to do the same. And of course, now he has all the minions that Yushi had.
Yeah. One thing to keep in mind is that this game is put on a pinnacle by a lot of people in the game development world of, and also fans of games in general, of this is how you can recover from having a bad game launch.
Yeah.
Actually, we want to go this way. Because a lot of game
Because boy,
development
did they have a bad
companies,
launch.
what they'll do is if they have a bad launch, especially for live service games, they'll just kind of go, well, that didn't go well, and immediately turn everything off and just work on something completely different. Where here, they felt that trying to rescue the brand name of Final Fantasy was far more important than anything else. As far as I know...
Admittedly,
Mhm.
part of the trouble there is both 12 and 13 had been troubled.
Yes. Now, there's one other MMO / live service game that has successfully done what people refer to as a realm reborning.
Oh dear.
Can you guess the name? Game.
No.
I had it on my tongue 2 seconds ago.
Oh, I know which one it'd be. Shoot. I can't remember the name. The SF one.
Yes, Doodles, No Man's Sky.
Yeah, that's it.
And apparently they just dropped a big expansion for it. Actually, no, we need to...
The Falcon Porter.
Falcon Porter. And go to... Hamamizu! Yeah, No Man's Sky had an almost dead at launch.
Yeah.
And it's now considered one of the better live service MMOs out there. It doesn't have...
I'd forgotten about that part.
It doesn't have the population numbers, but it is solid. The interesting thing is the company that does No Man's Sky is in active development for another MMO that's actual more traditional fantasy RPG based. And that one is called Light No Fire. But they've not ended development of No Man's Sky to do it.
Actually, I'm going to switch back to... Yeah.
Ooh, what do I want to do this as?
Who do you want to be today?
I guess I can stay as dancer. It technically is, but it's a very lonely MMO because the universe is so vast. You have to work to find someone else in the game.
Yeah. And now for the short jaunt that we didn't quite get to last week.
Hello, Alice. I'll admit I had my doubts, but this blessing's worthy of the name. One cannot help but wonder what other magics the Kojin possess. This must be Suinosato, the Rayan village Soroban told us about. Right then, let's see if they can't help us find the Kojin's missing Jill. Oh man, I just got these.
It's going to be Dancer or nothing else, and at 62 it should be what I have. Huh, that's new. Their interface changed a little bit for if you forget to actually select something before hitting complete.
Ah.
You may now perform underwater emotes.
Blurb blurb.
And let me...
Yeah, it's
See,
one of those
that's
games
260,
that you have
yeah.
to actively go out looking for people to find them.
Okay. Forever and ever apart. And Monk, Lancer, Ninja, and Pally. So it'll be Lancer for me. Lise would not delay in beginning the search for the Yasakani no Magatama. Complicated Japanese names. Why are you doing this to me?
You used to be able to say that one pretty well.
I need practice.
So, if this is Suinosato, then Sayosai, the overseer, should be around here somewhere. I dare say one of the locals would be able to point us in his direction. Though, now that looking around, I get the distinct impression we're not welcome here.
Surely we're popular anywhere we go.
Is there anything I might help you with, madame?
Tell me about yourself.
I am Sasanami. I serve under Shiosai, the High Priest of Seishui of the Violet Tides. My duties include drafting the necessary paperwork for courtly functions in the village, as well as writing letters and arranging meetings. Whenever the High Priest is too busy to do it himself, so I also attend the needs of the beloved otter, Asobe. Yes, the otter.
What kind of place is this?
Long ago, we, the Rayan, were driven from our ancestral home. Our forefathers sought refuge here under the sea, and thus the humble but peaceful village of Suinosato came into existence. We are ruled by the Ruby Princess. Few besides those who serve at the royal courts, however, know her face, and even they seldom see her in person. Currently, Her Highness is carrying out a private ceremony of sorts. All, including her most trusted advisors, have been barred from entering or exiting the palace.
What? Sounds perfectly ordinary. Open your your minds. Open your minds. Open your minds.
I think they're in meditation practice. Hello, little one. Hey, miss, what's the surface like? Is it a nice place? Or is it scary? Do you have any seaweed that grows up in the skies? Or do you have... Oh dear.
Yeah, we could be here all week. Geishel greens?
By the way, do you have this?
No, I do not. Yet. See,
Well, you do now.
like I said. Thank you.
Hagero?
Something happened at Zishui of the Violet Tides. Rarely are we kept informed of the ongoings of the castle. I mean, none of us even know what our own ruler, the Ruby Princess, looks like.
Alice? Sorbonne called himself the Overseer. Only one can assume he's some sort of leader in this community. Yeah, let's do a top-off.
True.
Meaning? The Kojin of the Red have become even more aggressive as of late. It has caused our people no end of trouble. If only they were a bit more like their ambitious cousins, or If only they were more like their amicable cousins in Tamamizu, perhaps we would not have to suffer so.
That doesn't sound good.
Tosetsu?
I was repairing.
Ah.
If I may ask, what brings you to our humble village, madams? It is not every day that we receive visitors from the surface. That obvious, huh? Is it the chocobos? I think it's the chocobos.
I think it's the chocobos. What do you think, Lise? In a place like this, it's hard to tell where the important people live. I mean, everywhere has a sea view. Oh, that's a fun way of looking at it. Someone found themselves a shark.
Your first one that was running around, swimming around the summer celebration. I am currently in the middle of delegating fishing tasks. Unless what you have to say is of great import, pray come and find me later. Or else he will give us a fishing task. Let's go.
Mahiwa? Oh dear. What has my sons done this time? Oh dear. Mozu? I could have sworn there were at least 2 fish left on this line. Did someone sneak off with them?
Rylea!
She's not here.
Yeah, she snuck out of town.
Do you think she would dare swim through the water to get here? Just to steal a pair of fish? Mana? In my dream to one day meet the Ruby Princess. I bet she's beautiful. Have you met her, miss? No, not yet.
No. Talk about a steep slope. Well then,
There used to be an aether
all of this
current
climb
up
for
here.
nothing. Oh, really?
Yep, it was right here.
How could they do that to us?
It be moved. Speaking of which, how are our aether currents doing?
Currently?
We have 1 on foot to find and 2 quest. I see someone's here doing a triple triad with the otter. Yep, he does a triple triad challenge. Small talk. Chip, chip. That's all he says.
Yep.
You must be Iosai. Shiosai. So, this is our man.
Leave this place and never return. We have no need of wide-eyed wanderers.
Sorry, I didn't mean to stare. My name is Elise, and these are my friends, Rena, Latonia, and Alice. We're looking for the overseer of Sui no Sato, Shiosai. Is that you, isn't it?
The Kujin of the Blue sent you hither, did they? I am no overseer, nor ever would I claim to be one. I am High Priest of the Shishui of the Violent Tides, Shiosai.
So you are the man we're looking for. Right. We need your help. We're looking for this jewel called the Yasakai no...
Stop. I will hear no more. We will suffer no outside troubles in our sanctuary, especially those of would-be treasure hunters.
Chip, chip.
You tell them. Quiet, Asobi, or there will be no dango for dinner. I can do naught to aid you. I say to you again, leave this place and never return.
At the very least, sir, you might condescend to tell us of your village, and of why you are so loath to show even the most basic courtesy.
Sui no Sato is our sanctuary. Under the benevolent leadership of the Ruby Princess, sovereign of Shishui, we ran enjoy humble yet fulfilling lives. But it was not always so. Long ago, our forebears were driven from their ancestral lands. Beneath the waters, they sought refuge from the ravages of war, and here they flourished. All that we are, our culture, our traditions, was born of the sea, as was I. Though we have engaged others in diplomacy, it has ever been with the utmost caution. Isolation and independence are essential to preserving our way of life. So it was when Doma fell 25 years past. The Ruby Princess, in her wisdom, decreed that we would take no part. As it was, so ever shall it be.
Forever and ever apart. Forgive me, I understand how highly you value your way of life, and how you will suffer none to endanger it. You must be assured that we have no desire to do so, and I would hope that we have given you no cause to assume otherwise.
You have not, but this changes nothing. Regardless of your intentions, it is not my place to break with tradition. I must consider the wishes of all who call Sui no Sato home. For me to defy their will and permit outsiders to remain would be a gross betrayal of my responsibilities. Please do not ask this of me.
Thank you for your time, sir.
Well, that went well.
Ah. There we go.
Ah,
Please.
being your helpful self.
Everywhere we go, it's the same. Go away, we don't want any. You'd think I'd be used to it by now, but some stupid part of me just can't help hoping for the best. And so it continues. Another village. Another deaf ear. Clearly, Girabani is not the only place with walls. I'm starting to wonder if this was all a huge mistake. Gosetsu couldn't have known we'd take this long. I only hope he's still alive.
He does not kill that easily. Da, 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 da. Cinny. Meanwhile, in the Tavern of Isari. Yeah, we'd better hurry.
Yeah, I'm a little bit behind. Oh god, is that who I think it is?
Who else would it be?
I tire of this filthy tavern, and its still filthier clientele.
Tis scant reward for your treachery, aye. A painted woman of your rich experience deserves a better class of customer.
Ow.
Name calling. Is that what we've been reduced to?
Orphan of the Nayuri. Widow of Sashihai. What joy it must have brought you to be
Oh, boy.
revenged upon us all.
Not enough. Not nearly enough. My appetite for your agony is as an abyss. Bottomless. Insatiable. Before you die, you will cry and beg and prostrate yourself upon the earth. You will crawl on your belly through the muck and the piss and debase yourself for my amusement. All of you. But you think you are made of sterner stuff? Rather than have him beat you, mayhap I should have my oaf go and fetch your master's head. Oh, poor Lord Cayenne. Kami rest his soul. Noble leader of a fallen nation. A fine puppet he made for the Viceroy. For a time. 25 years he was content to serve his masters as a dog. And then everyone had to rise up and get themselves killed. Tell me, how did it feel to fail him that day? To live with the disgrace of his death? Not that you were a stranger to living with disgrace, of course. In the, what was it? 25 years since you were humiliated and tossed into an imperial jail? You had plenty of time to get used to it. Oh yes, I heard the stories. About the samurai who would do anything to return to his master's side, even if it meant pledging his blade to his sworn enemy. They say he walked with death, that he slew 1,000 men in the Empire's name. Truly a tale for the poets.
I do not deny my sins, but I will not be reproached by the likes of you.
Oh, I mean not to reproach you, but to praise you. You're a survivor, samurai. Just like me. So, let us not dwell on the past, you and I, and instead give thought to the future. To wit, I would ask you again to help me resolve this vexing matter of Doma's missing heir. Living or dead, it makes no difference, really. But the Garleans are most insistent that we put this problem behind us. And I know you helped him flee. So tell me, what became of Lord Hien?
To my dismay, the details escape me at present. Mayhap your dog could jog my memory.
Get on with it, and mark me, brute. There is no limit to how far you can fall.
Of all the bloody stupid... Ah! When I get back to Eorzea, I'm gonna find that little shite, and I'm gonna make her pay.
You keep saying those words. I do not think they mean what you think they mean. I would like to see the day where we see the last of him. And they call us
That would be nice.
ditzy. I mean, really. Oh, look at those side quests. Just look at them. But I
Give me a minute.
I think it's time to
Yeah,
go
it is
back
that
for
time.
booze. So let's head back to Tamamizu and take a Falcon Porter back to Kugane.
Rosa seems willing to put up with water at the moment.
Very slowly, but yes. Well, we finally made it to...
Yeah, took all week.
Suino Sato. I mean, we've been trying to get to that for what, 3 weeks now?
Something like that. At least 2.
Kugane! We are in the middle of Stormblood, which is the third,
Second expansion.
with AAR being the base.
4.0. Yeah. And the last part of the game that is free. We are currently 63. The quests we're doing are 63. And The place we were in is where we will be able to get at the next dungeon, but we're not quite to that yet.
We're working on it.
Yes.
All the holidays kept getting in the way.
Clouds. Yeah. The clouds are still racked up around here.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
They actually landed us here. Normally, they just appear.
Ah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm,
Oh.
All this booze just for us.
Be careful with it. It's got to last us a week.
Okay, I think I can do that. With that said, thank you all very much for coming along. We will be back tomorrow, hopefully, knock on wood, to, I don't know, muck around with Theron and Rylea.
Yes. Yes.
Probably the moon to see if we can get a little more etched in before the next section comes out.
Don't forget we have the next rep quest to do.
That's right, we do. We'll probably do that first.
Yeah.
So I will shuffle you over to Caradwin, who's doing some cooking stuff. Until tomorrow night, you all be safe, be well, get a good night's sleep, and hope to see you next time.
Yes, everyone have a great night, and if you're in the US, have a good Labor Day tomorrow.